somebody is coming to you and tells you this, they're not expecting you to wave a magic wand and make everything all better. They're not. They may think a little bit in the back of their head, I just want somebody to deal with it for me. But mostly what they're looking for is somebody to support them, acknowledge them, believe them, and give them their time and patience. Hey, it's Cheryl, and welcome to Secrets of a Survivor podcast, where I'm sharing my story, my challenges, and my learnings along the way, both business and personal. Basically, all the things. If I can do it, then so can you. So I'm here to help you on your way and be the person I wished I'd had. So let's get started with today's episode. Welcome to episode 8, today's episode. This is actually the final episode in this first season. And wow, can't believe I have a whole season of a podcast. If you was listening last week, this is a total imposter syndrome moment. I cannot believe that I have a podcast. Me, wow. And more than that I have got to the end of the first season. Wow. So I wanted to end this first season with some practical help. I know when I did reach out to people when I was going through my situation that they didn't know how to support me. And I think even when I'd left, people still didn't really know the best way of helping and supporting me. So I think this is quite a common thing for a lot of people. If you do know somebody that's going through a situation, you don't know how to support them. So I thought in today's episode, I would actually go through some things where, or giving you that confidence, I suppose, to actually be able to support somebody and help them through the situation. So I guess the most important thing is supporting a survivor can be as simple as just listening to them and believing in them. I think saying I believe you to somebody are just three little words, but they can make such a big difference. They can make all the difference, really, because to know that somebody believes you, I think there's just a massive weight off your shoulder there, because it is real then, and it is that first step to getting out of it. So what I would say, if somebody comes to you and tells you, first of all, say thank you for telling me, because I think it's really important to acknowledge that it takes a hell of a lot of strength for somebody to actually open up and to share that with you. So first of all, thank them for letting them share it with you, and then telling them that you believe them, because that is the most important thing we want to hear, is that somebody believes us. And then you can go on and remind them that they're not alone, that you're there for them, and create a safe space for them to come to you and talk to you. Give them your time, because that's really, really important, is giving them time. They're going to need it, because it's just going to be a massive thing for them. And they're probably going to go back and forth. And you know that meme, it's just come to my head actually, you know that meme where you say, like, I'm running a business, you think it's going to be like that, but actually it's like this, and all around and up and down. That's exactly what it's like as well with a survivor and getting the help and everything. They're going to have moments where they're like, yes, I can get help, I'm going to leave, I'm going to do this. And then they're like, no, I can't do it. And then just go back and go, it's all my fault, and go backwards and forwards on it. So giving them the time and space to come to you and talk to you, a safe space, is really, really important. Telling them that it's not their fault, I think, is a really big one as well, because that's all they're going to think. They've probably been drummed into the fact that it is their fault. They're making their abuser do this, they're making their abuser do that, it's all their fault. If they wasn't this, then they wouldn't do it, and so on. So reminding them that it's not their fault is really important as well. And obviously judging them, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't anyway, but don't judge them or ask why they haven't left. Instead, focus on their strengths, focus on trying to build their confidence and saying it's not your fault, you're worth better than this, you can do better, or we can do this, or we can help you there, and just really remind them of how special they are, and whatever their strengths are, remind them of those so that they don't lose them as a person. And then you can even go one further and help them to create a safe escape plan, to help them get out of that situation, to help them do whatever it is they want to do, get out, leave the abuser. And you can really help them to do that. And as I said again, it's going to be one of those where one day they're going to be all guns blazing, yes, I'm going to leave, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then they're going to go right back and go, no, I can't do it. So it is having patience with them, and it will hopefully come to it that they will escape before it's too late. And I really hope that they will and see that. But a lot of it will depend on them feeling that they're good enough to escape and that they're good enough to move on. And they can move on. Having that safe escape plan is really, really key in that. Knowing and having confidence that they are going to be able to get away and what's going to happen afterwards. So I think I talked earlier in the season about why people don't leave. And a lot of it is all the practical reasons of how they're going to support people, how they're going to be able to do this, where they're going to live, how they're going to be able to pay for the bills and things like that. So it's all those sort of things that you can address in putting together an escape plan, and how they're going to be able to do all the practical things. And whatever objections they've got, it's then coming up with the objection for it. But as I say, no pressure on them, because it needs to be done in their own time, otherwise it won't happen. And just, be patient. And I think it's really key to know that if somebody is coming to you and tells you this, they're not expecting you to wave a magic wand and make everything all better. They're not. They may think a little bit in the back of their head, I just want somebody to deal with it for me. But mostly what they're looking for is somebody to support them, acknowledge them, believe them, and give them their time and patience. They just basically want support. That's all we want, is just support and somebody that we can go to when we need them. So that's kind of if it's a friend or somebody you work with or somebody you know. But there's also things that employers can do. And this is something that I've been looking into a hell of a lot more recently, because it's something that I want to put in place for my own business, and also help other businesses to put in place as well for their employees, their teams. So how, as an employer, can you help? Because you're probably thinking, oh, I'm just their boss, what can I do? But there's loads you can do. So first of all is have a policy of what you can and can't do, and circulate that to every single staff member so that they all know what you can do to help them. Put posters on the wall, or however it is that you do your business, basically. For us, we're remote teams. We've got an online HR platform. So we've got all of our policies on there. So we will be putting it on there when ours is fully finished. But it's however it works for you in your business. So things that you can do is you can offer a certain amount of paid time off to go and do things. Or just be flexible about when people can and can't work. So, for example, there's probably going to be loads of things they're going to need to do. They're going to need to potentially find somewhere to live, go to the bank, go to solicitors. There's loads of things. So giving them that flexibility or that time off to go and do those things when their abuser is otherwise occupied with their own job or something is really, really important. And your employee will thank you and support you as in your business so much more for allowing them to do that. I promise you, they really will appreciate it. Something simple as offering to change the account bank wages are paid into, because so many people would pay it into a joint account, for example, and if there's abuse and they want to get out, or there's economic abuse, so you taking all their wages, the first thing they can do is set up a new bank account and put the wages in there so they cannot be accessed. Or put part of their wages in there just so that they can build up some money as they go along. But just make sure on the payslip it stays the same in case they check the payslips, because they do. So yeah, but make it flexible for them. Whatever they need financially, there you can help them to do that. And it's a simple little thing that we can do as employers, and I think it's such an important thing as well. As I said, they're probably going to be looking for somewhere new to live. Potentially, if they're working and they've got the money, then they'll be looking for potentially a rental home. So giving them a reference, saying that you support them in the new place. Potentially, if you can afford to, a loan for the first months, because you have to pay up front, don't you? So if you can afford to do it, give them a loan to put that deposit down on a place, and then they can pay you back monthly through their wages. If it's a physical place of work, how do you stop the abuser getting to them at work? So if, for example, it's an office, can you make sure that there's either somebody at the door when people come in, that they can't go straight into an office where the person is, or can you move that person to a different office so they're not right at the front door? Have you got security systems so they have to buzz to come in? What kind of things can you do there? If they work from home, how can you support that? Could you help them to work somewhere else? Or could you say, right, well, buddy them up with someone? Can they go and work at somebody else's home so they can get out of the house at least for a little bit? But I guess most importantly, talk to them and find out what help they need, basically, because they're probably best placed to say to you, actually, this tiny little thing would really help. And you're doing it, even if it is just leaving work, say 5-10 minutes early so that they miss something, or they're not then going to be late, which could set the abuser off. Tiny little things could actually make a huge impact. And there is really good advice and support out there, and it's something we will have available on our website soon at Pink Pig to share with employers what they can do. But when it all comes down to it, at the end of the day, you are human, and there are people out there who are trained and can help and do all these amazing things. Women's Aid is a really good resource on the website. You've got the Refuge National 24/7 Helpline, which I will put the phone number in the show notes. And there's also the National Centre for Domestic Abuse. So I'm going to put all the contact details and website links in the show notes so you can see and get all the help that you need. But any questions, then please, please, please do ask, and I can help you and point you in the right direction. So thank you for listening to the episode and for listening to the whole of season 1. I can't believe we got to the end of it. I have really enjoyed sharing, and I hope you've enjoyed listening and you've learnt some things. I am going to have a little bit of a break while I plan out season 2, and I would love to hear some feedback, what you'd like to hear more of, what you'd like to hear less of, anything else that you would like to hear. I kind of wanted season 1 to be just me because I had quite a bit to say and I wanted to get it out, and I don't do patience and I just wanted to do all the things. So I've kind of got out. I've got loads more coming, don't worry. But I would also love to hear what you want to say, love to hear what you want to hear. I have got some guests I'd like to bring on. Some experts in various different fields, which I think would be really helpful. I also want to bring on and shine a spotlight on some other survivors doing amazing things as a little bit of inspiration to show you what is possible. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to hear about, then, or any specific nitty-gritty topics, then please do drop me a message and let me know, either on Instagram, I am Cheryl Sharp, or drop me an email, hello@cherylsharp.co.uk. I really would love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you again, or speaking to you again, whatever the phrase is, in season 2. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you'd like more help and support, check out the show notes for links to my website, socials and YouTube channel. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to share and tag on your social posts. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a review, I'd be really grateful. Thank you so much again. I just want to leave you with this thought. You are strong, you are capable, you are lovable, and you are brave. But most importantly, you are enough. You've got this.